Morning, Noisettes. How are you doing? Hope you've had a really great weekend. Well, as good as a weekend as I have. Anyway, it's been fab this weekend. So let's hope that we're going to have a really fab week to go with it. Let's see what we've got then. So our first card is from the Major Arcana, the High Priestess. Our second card is the Five of Athames. And our third and final card is the Ten of Chalices, which I'll move those and put that here just to avoid the glare from the light. Okay, so what have we got then? It's a fairly nice spread. I'm going to start with this one because it's not that it's unpleasant, but just that it kind of doesn't fit in with the other two. So this card suggests that there's been some kind of falling out or a disagreement with somebody or some kind of conflict, and it's left us feeling angry, upset, a bit bitter, a bit disappointed that the other person might not have said things that we expected them to say, or actually they might have said things that we didn't expect them to say. We might feel a bit resentful. Not great anyway. It's an indication that we've had a bit of a falling out with somebody and it's left us feeling really rather upset. So it doesn't really matter who started it, because whether it was us or whether it was the other person, we're both feeling the loss of, or the sense of loss of the friendship in exactly the same way. The question is, can we forgive and forget? Was it really that important? Okay, so we might have, got a bit heated and said what we really thought, but at the end of the day, was it really that important? Was it worth throwing a friendship away? If this was a falling out or some kind of conflict in your workplace, we have to think about the person that we fell out with. Is it really necessary for us to be in competition with each other? Or is there a way that we can collaborate in order to get along better? In any case, the decision is this. Either we have to accept defeat or bury the hatchet and start over. Well, it's the season of goodwill to all men and so on, so maybe it's time to kind of really think about building some bridges and moving forwards. So then, the High Priestess and the Ten of Chalices are really quite nice cards. They're both really positive. And I'm going to start with the High Priestess, because she might also, as well as relating to this card, she might well also relate to the conflict mentioned in this card. So it's interesting that she's come up actually, because we've just had a couple of nights ago a new moon, and the High Priestess uses the power of the moon when she's making her spells, as it were, for want of a better word. She is the keeper or guardian of our subconscious mind. She has the power to reveal hidden knowledge or hidden secrets that we're not actually yet aware of. So we have to tune into our intuition and really search our souls for the answers that we seek to our questions. So you can see already how that might relate to this, because, we have to do some soul searching about what went on here and, whether it's worth salvaging that relationship or not. But if we give ourselves some time for meditation, some time for thinking, give ourselves some time to rationalise things, then this is likely, the likely outcome is that we will make the right choice. We have to listen to our inner selves and our intuition. And really, the High Priestess is saying, continue with what it is that you're doing, because, you know, we are on the right path. And the more we listen to ourselves, the easier our lives will become. Oftentimes we don't always give ourselves that time, you know, especially now in the busy run up to the festive period. We sometimes don't find the time to just take time out and sit down for a few minutes and just think about what's going on in our lives. But yes, try and find some time this week. Set aside some time, sit down in a quiet place and just think about everything that's going on and try to consider ways forward with the areas of our lives that we would like to improve. So finally then, the Ten of Chalices is a really lovely card. It's all about stability and comfort, and the river here flowing through the picture is an indication of flowing emotions. And in terms of this card, it's talking about the flow of love, of harmony, of contentment in our family lives, in our relationships. It can indicate that we're going to be spending more time with family than usual, which obviously one might expect at this time of year. In terms of romantic relationships, it can indicate a new relationship. It can indicate perhaps a move from the current state of affairs into something which is a bit more of a long-term commitment. So, for example, there could be an engagement, there could be a marriage, there could be talk of starting a new family. But again, the message from this card is to continue as we were, because what we're doing is making us happy. So there's no need to change it. So all in all, it looks like a really nice week next week. We're going to be happy spending time with friends and family. Yes, we need to give ourselves some time to think about our lives and what we would like to achieve and how we're going to do it, and to consider also what we're going to do about that disagreement that we've had. So good luck with that, and I'll see you again here next week for another reading.